Hey everybody, this is Jim McBrayer, also known as Blue Lava, coming to you from beautiful Augusta, Georgia, home of the Masters, which is right around the corner. The Masters Golf Tournament. Listen, today I want to talk about the pentatonic scales, and in particular something called the diagonal pentatonic scale, which is an easy way of learning this scale and memorizing it in a way that you can easily move up and down the neck when you're soloing. As a guitar player, we all need to know riffs and chords, but one thing you want to learn to do as a guitar player is improvise, which essentially means creating melodies. And the way you create melodies is by using scales. So it's important to learn your scales, and probably the easiest way to begin is with the pentatonic scale, because there's only 5 notes. And the beauty of the pentatonic scale is it's easy to memorize, and it can be applied to many different styles of music, including pop, rock, and country. As I mentioned, there's only 5 notes in the pentatonic scale. Many players begin by learning what they call the box patterns, which are very important. It's essential to learn the box patterns, but we're going to focus on something different, like I said, the diagonal patterns, because again, it's all about sliding up and down the fretboard. It's important that you learn the notes on your fretboard, where all your notes are located, so that you can apply these scales easily. So I want you to take a look at this first scale, and that is the major pentatonic scale. If you look at the top pattern, you'll see that is the root notes are the dark circles, and in this top pattern, that first pattern, begins on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, which happens to be a G. So that's a G major pentatonic scale. Okay, so now if you look at the lower pattern, that scale begins on the 5th string, the 3rd fret of the 5th string. That's a C note. So that would be a C major pentatonic scale. So that top scale would sound like this. The bottom scale, a C major pentatonic, would of course sound like this. All right. So, if you want to apply this, you would apply it to a song written in a major key. You would say it's written in the key of C. You would locate where your C notes on your fretboard on the 6th string, for example, which is here at the 8th fret, and you would start that scale here, like so. If the song was written in the key of F, you could use the pattern on the lower part, because it starts on the 5th string. So here's your F note on the 5th string, which is located on the 8th fret of the 5th string. So that would sound like this. Okay. Now let's look at this other pattern. That is the minor pentatonic scale. You'll notice they're very similar. In fact, they're identical. The only difference is where the scale begins, where the root note is located. So the minor pentatonic sounds like this. This is a G minor pentatonic. If you wanted to start it on the 5th string, again, we'll do it from the G. All right, here's the G, I'm sorry. G is located on the 5th string, the 10th fret, and that would sound like this. All right, so there you have the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic. So you go to YouTube, you find some backing tracks, you note what key they're in. So if, let's say, if they're in the key of A major, you just simply use this scale, figure out where A is on, the A note is on your fretboard, and you would practice these scales accordingly. So anyway, stick around. I've got a couple examples here at the end of this lesson, just to demonstrate the versatility of these scales. And keep picking, man. Have fun.